Today on Game Rant, Battlefield 6 is taking inspiration from the best games in the franchise. The Peak developers would rather players pirate their game than play a Roblox knockoff. Starfield releases a new update for August 2025, and more. Battlefield 6 is taking inspiration from some of the best games in the franchise. The developers at Battlefield Studios working on Battlefield 6 say some of the best games in the series, such as Battlefield 4 and Bad Company 2, are the main inspiration for the latest entry. Battlefield 6 was officially unveiled recently and will launch on October 10th of 2025. Speaking with Games Radar, Alan Pym of Criterion said that Battlefield 3 and 4 acted as the strongest muses for Battlefield 6. Pym stated that players wanted the weapons of today in a setting that seems gritty and real. This is the reason we see a modern setting with NATO taking on Pax Armada, grounding the whole thing in real events. But DICE lead multiplayer producer Jeremy Chubb told PC Gamer that Battlefield Bad Company 2 also served as a huge inspiration for Battlefield 6, this largely coming in the form of the environmental destruction, which allows for a lot more sandbox freedom than the other games in the series. Chubb referred to it as an intimate destructive experience. Regardless, all this inspiration is set to continue boosting hype for the title as it prepares for launch. The developers are listening to player feedback, getting everything perfect so that they don't repeat the failure of Battlefield 2042. Regardless, players will get to see just how similar Battlefield 6 is to these predecessors when the beta drops tomorrow for those who watch streamers or signed up for Battlefield Labs, and then on Saturday and Sunday for everyone else, with the beta also running next week, Thursday through Sunday, the 14th through the 17th. Next, the Peak developers stated that they'd rather have players pirate their game than play a Roblox knockoff. Peak has been one of the most popular multiplayer games of the year, offering a proximity-based co-op mountain climbing adventure that is as difficult as it is fun. You work with your friends to make your way up a mountain and extract. You'll have hilarious falls, near-death saves, and plenty of trust-building moments. Peak currently sits at a 24-hour peak of 55,673 players with an all-time peak of 114,492 players. These are incredible numbers, but where popularity lies, so too do clones, and the most egregious clone comes in the form of a Roblox ripoff game. Roblox is known for such games, and often these free alternatives detract from their counterparts while also incentivizing young kids to spend tons of money on greedy microtransactions. As such, the developers of Peak, AgroCrab, issued a statement on Twitter saying, "TBH would rather you pirate our game than play this microtransaction-riddled Roblox slop ripoff." A brutally honest response which displays the sentiment that many developers hold towards these greedy copycats. All this said, Peak is a $7 game. Skip a couple coffees out and go buy it yourself. The Roblox version isn't nearly as good, and pirating is risky business. These are small developers, and Peak is absolutely worth every cent. Next, Starfield released a new update for August 2025. Even though Starfield launched to middling critical reception and hasn't been able to hold on to much of a player base, Bethesda has continued supporting it ever since its launch in late 2023. This new update brings some improvements and bug fixes to the space exploration title. Patch 1.15.222 brings with it minor improvements to display creation menus and mission menus while offering fixes for crashes and stability. The consistent updating of the game has players hopeful that the next DLC could bring with it a much needed revamp to the game. Many hope that this revamp could include interplanetary travel, which has been a rumor buzzing around the community over the last few months. While this DLC hasn't been announced yet, many are hopeful that it could come out in 2025, maybe being announced at something like Gamescom. There is also a rumor that Starfield will receive a PS5 release sometime early in 2026, but all this is mere speculation at this point. Regardless, Starfield continues to get updated, and it does look like there's some hope for the future of Bethesda's most recent RPG. Alright, but now it's time for our quick news blast. Gears of War Reloaded Preload is now live on PC and Xbox Series X and S, meaning that you can download the game, which is 68.43 gigabytes, and be ready for its full launch on August 26th. Mafia: The Old Country has confirmed that it will feature several graphical enhancements for the PS5 Pro at launch. This is the sequel to the Mafia game set in Sicily as you discover the origins of the city's organized crime syndicate. It's also a sad day for Genshin Impact players as the developers have decided to discontinue PS4 support and move the game fully onto current generations. Finally, the PS Plus games for August are now live, with Lies of P, DayZ, and My Hero 1's Justice 2 all ready to be downloaded and played. So that was all the news for today, August 6th. If you're looking for something else to watch, we have a 6-month recap of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, where we talk about how the game has improved over the last half year and what awards it might be up for. Go check that out, and for everything else, keep it right here at Game Rant.